Hello, welcome back to Greenhill Junction. This video is just a wee diversion from the upper level. I am doing another fix-it video, or cheap fix video, and the subject is my 9F. Because after having it sitting around, not doing anything since the last fix-it video on this, I decided to run it. And it just sounded like a bucket of bolts. And well, I opened it up and I found out what the problem is, so I will do exactly that and I will show you what the problem is. Before I do that, I don't know what I did right in my last video, because I pretty much uploaded it the same as I always do, but it went crazy and I got 800 views in a week, when I usually get about 80 to 120 views on a video, period. So that also led to a huge increase in subscribers. So welcome all the new people, thank you very much for subscribing. Thanks to everyone who watched the last video. Like I say, I have no idea how it basically went viral, but I'm not complaining. So yeah, really quite pleased. So we'll go down to the workbench, otherwise known as the dining room table, and I'll show you what the problem is with the 9F. Right, so here's the 9F. I've just got the engine section because it's this bit that the problem's with. It's not with the tender that I repaired the last time. So I've undone the screw at the back. If I slide off the shell, which is always easier said than done. Put that screw over there. Now what you see is the internal gubbins, which don't look too bad from a distance, but the problem is the dreaded Mazak Rot is back. Or it's not back, it's now went into the engine, so you can see all the cracking there on the engine mount. Not quite so obvious this side, but you can see it around the screw there. If I turn it around, see it a bit better there, hopefully. See all the there you go, see all the cracking there. Same again there. So basically the engine mounts are disintegrating, which is causing the engine to vibrate, which is basically causing all sorts of problems. I mean, you imagine in your car if an engine's not properly mounted, engine shakes, drive shaft shakes, axle shakes, wheel shakes, steering wheel shake. It's undrivable. So this is unmovable, drivable, whatever you want to call it. So fortunately, good bit of internet research, and I have came up with a cheap solution. So good old eBay, got these. This is apparently official Hornby Parts X9907, and it is brand new engine mounts for the 9F. You got to be careful. I remember when I was searching for these, there's the 9F and there's a 9F Crosty, and they've got different mounts, so these are specifically for the 9F and the Evening Star. So if I bring this back in, you see that one is going to go there, and that one's going to go there. Now if you have a look at sort of makeup of this, and you undo these two screws, there's two wee screws in there as well, and you undo them, and I might get away with not undoing this. If I can unstick the wires, I might be able to lift the engine out, take the mounts off, and basically put the new bits on just by sliding them underneath the wires. So I have never attempted anything like this before. I have no idea if these are going to give me the same problems, but at least they will solve the problem just now. Oh yeah, on my last video as well, as it was pointed out to me a couple of times, I said Mazak Rot affected the plastic. It's not. It's something to do with zinc. It's actually affecting the metal. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert. I found out about this from another video. But yeah, it makes the metal get so flaky and crumbly that it basically does feel and act like plastic. So hence the the misstatement, if you want to call it that. So anyway, moving on from that, right, I will get the right screwdriver and I will video taking this apart and do it on a quick time, and hopefully we get somewhere. Alright, so it's the deconstruction first, so back in a bit. Right, hopefully that fast time video worked. I'll just quickly go over what I've done just in case it didn't work or can't do it. So 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, taken out. This section here, which covers the kind of, see the gearing or the cogs there, that came off relatively easy. The back bit, which covered, I think this is called the flywheel, I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, disintegrated. And this is what Mazak Rot does. It literally just falls apart. The good bit is though, I didn't have to take any of the wires out, I didn't have to take out the chip. I have saved the 2 bits of sticky tape because they're still quite sticky. As if to demonstrate, it just sticks to my finger to annoy me. And the screwdriver. So hopefully I'll be able to use them. Go away. So now, I suppose all that's left is to try and rebuild this. I don't see any obvious signs of Mazak Rot anywhere else in the chassis. Hopefully that's me got it all. Because to be honest, after this, if more comes back and it's just done, it's not going to get fixed really. So let's do a quick time video of putting it back together, because you don't need to see me putting a few screws in, and then that might be it fixed. Okay, so again, hopefully that quick time worked. Really was quite simple, just fitting the parts and putting in the 4 screws. I did try and find Hornby parts. I I know there's Peter's spares, I've used this stuff before, it's very good, but sometimes I find his dimensions are just a tiny bit out. So because this was engine mounts, motor mounts, I really wanted to get the genuine Hornby ones. That's no disrespect to Peter, it's just what I wanted to do. So the mounts are in, it looks pretty good, looks pretty similar to what I had before. The engine does move a little, but I think it moved before, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to go back up to the layout and test it before I put the sticky tape back on and the shell, because there's no point in doing that if it's not working. So we'll go back up to the layout and see what happens. Alright, back in a bit. Okay, back at the layout with the shell of the 9F. I've reattached the tender because there's pickups in tender, so that's going to help it. So I've not tested this before, so let's see what happens. Oh, well, we'll go backwards first, why not? Seems quite happy. Right, let's take it forwards. Bit with the way there. This is so strange, it's like something from Mad Max, watching it go around without the actual shell on it. Well, I would say that's running quite nicely. Appears to be quite smooth. Just do another wee backwards one. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Quite quiet, very smooth. Like I said beforehand, it was a bucket of bolts. So yeah, successful. Right, let's get it back together. So it actually looks like a 9F. Hook up some wagons and give it a run around the layout. So back in a bit. Right, there she is back together. I've hooked her onto our usual wagon train, so set her off, see if she goes. Okay, that's the points fault, for anyone gets excited. Starting to see how this upper level is going to cause some issues with camera or videoing. Well, it's safe to say, unless something happens on this corner around here, she's like to run like a dream. That is very smooth and really quite quiet as well. Yep, I am pleased with that. Take up to a bit more unrealistic a speed, just to test, why not? So now the express goods service. Sorry, my phone just went, that doesn't help. Right. Down to a more sedate pace. Now, I think you'll agree that has worked a treat. That loco is now running perfect. And the grand total for that repair was £5. Those parts cost me £5 delivered. I think, if I remember right, when I repaired the tender, that cost me about £4 or £5 as well. So for the sake of a tenner, I now have a fully functioning model, as long as nothing else gets Mazak Rot, as opposed to spending, I don't know, £90 £100 on a new model, when actually the main parts of it, the motor and the drive, worked perfect. So I hope you find that useful. Please have a go at this. I am by no means an engineer or an expert local fixer. I just looked at it and thought, you know what, I'm going to have a go at this, and it worked, which is always a bonus. So thanks very much for watching. Leave any comments you have. We'll get back to the building side of things for the next video, and yeah, speak to you all again soon. See you later. Cheers. Bye.